Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Keith here from Commander Hoop Celtic. This is a bit of a surprising video. I wasn't prepped for this, there's a news emerging that Neil Lennon could be gone as Celtic manager in the next 24 hours. For that news to be, if it's accurate and true, a lot of Celtic fans will be relieved. They say like this is the right direction going forward. Some Celtic fans will disagree and say he's being treated this fairly. There's arguments to this. First of all, I want to say, just don't forget, Neil Lennon did win 5 of these 9 leagues as a manager for Celtic, and he was the man that helped us get the treble and the quad treble. People do forget about that. Shortly forget about that stuff. That he was the man that was in charge to probably our best home result of all time against Barcelona. People do forget about that as well. So I think it's the right decision that Neil does move on, because this season he hasn't been up to the standards, and I do feel sorry for him, but the way he's presenting himself in press conferences, and he hasn't got the best out of the players. The culture hasn't been the same. I know he took over from Brendan Rodgers, that was a major success at Celtic. The style of football, the way that he had Celtic playing, the way that we went into derby games and stuff like that. But Lennon tried to put his own string of things, and it didn't work out. There's rumours that John Kennedy's going to be taking the role over on an interim basis till the end of the season. A lot of people are fed up to hear about that because they don't have confidence in John Kennedy, like they don't have the confidence in Neil Lennon and Gavin Strachan, as we seen the other night against Ross County. This has been an ongoing situation where, from Ferencváros to getting smashed in the Europa League group stages, losing the 2 Glasgow derbies, getting beaten the Betfred Cup, getting beaten to St Mirren at home, drawing away to Pittodrie, Easter Road, and then Ross County was the last tail to it. People have had enough. It's just the same circle of social media negativity, and it's getting worse. And fans, it's coming to a case there where the club have to intervene, because they're going to be down a lot of money next season. A lot of money if Neil Lennon's in charge. Now, Neil Lennon has brushed it off that he wanted to be there next season. Like, I don't know if it's the case that Dominic McCoy has sat down with Peter Lawwell. I know Dominic McCoy is still in the Scotland position to say, look, this is a rebuilding structure, and he needs to go. He needs to go. If John Kennedy gets at the end of the season, my God, that's worse than Neil Lennon staying on, to be honest. I just really believe John Kennedy doesn't have the potentials to be the Celtic manager. And people might disagree and say, well, you know what? He's worked under Neil, he's worked under Brendan and Ronnie. Neil didn't really have it when he got the chance. He had a small bit of experience dealing with Gordon Strachan for a season and a half. But football has changed since then. Massively changed, we have a lot on the line next season, going into European qualifiers, going into rebuilding the squad. A lot of players are going to move on as well. So I just feel like this tender is going to be over with Neil Lennon. It's a bit of relief for some fans. I wish Neil the very best in what he does in his career. If it's punditry, if it's management, there's no hard feelings with me. I've been disappointed this year, but I wouldn't go on to say he's the man that's tarnished this, he's this and that. He's brought a lot of success as well down the line. A lot of people forget about, as I just said, Barcelona, winning the treble, winning the quad treble. People forget about that stuff. But this season, he hasn't brought a lot to the table, and you can't defend this season. It's not just him; it's the board, it's the management, it's the recruitment, it's the team itself. It would have been a different story if he left earlier in the season, and we would have been still competitive at this stage. Who knows? Well, look at. I'm going to leave it there. Give us his opinion. The next 24 hours could be a massive 24 hours. It could be just a waffle, a rumour, a hoax. Time will tell. So subscribe to the channel if you can. I'll speak to you all soon. Take care.